So, it's all right. Good evening. Once again, you are welcome back to this teaching series. I believe you've done your homework on candlesticks. I ask you to draw all the candlesticks type. If possible, look at charts. Just look at like this chart is like this. Just look at it. You can pick from anywhere. You can pick from here. Let's say somewhere around here. You can pick from this entire area. Just draw it. Get a plain sheet, draw it. Or you can pick from here to draw. You can draw only here. Just like I don't know. It's that was how I learned. I learned by really like I I do a lot of things by myself. So one way I learn is through writing, reading. I may not use it again. If I write it, it's not that I need to go back to that paper. Like I told you, I have a lot of stuffs I've penned down, but today they are no longer with me. I've burned them. Everything is in my head. I can go on and on. I can go to United States of America today and proudly teach what I'm teaching all of you here. You understand? So it's flowing in my vein right now. It's like it's a part of me. You know, it's been a part of me. So this is if you check my YouTube channel, you will see the very first video I posted was 4 years ago on my YouTube channel. So and 4 years ago was not when I started. So you can see that it involves a lot of sacrifice, patience, time. And I really appreciate your resilience and sacrifice and patience and time in wanting to learn this skill. And I like what you are doing. Please keep it up. In this life, especially in this part of the world that we come from, people comment on things they have zero knowledge about. You understand? People just conclude maybe from experiences of others. They will just talk whatever they feel like. You understand? I'm having some notifications, things on news events. So people just talk, you know. So if you pay attention to negative sayings, naysayers, you see this journey of life, you are not going to do anything that your heart wants to do. You get. So I'm just giving a piece of advice before we start today's class. You are not going to do anything. So in this life, just be determined. Look to the bright side. If people are doing this thing, I'll continue to say it. If somebody is doing it successfully, that means you can also do it. I can also do it. You understand? They must have found a secret. They must have discovered some secret that has made them to be successful. If they are saying 5% are successful, what is the secret behind the success of that 5%? You understand? Is it discipline? Is it patience? Is it improvisation? What is it? What's making them successful? Okay. So you said something the other time about your office that you don't want anybody to even have an idea. Yes, in fact, I love that. I love that. Because people they will discourage you like I'm telling you the gospel truth. They will discourage you like they will tell you that this thing they have done it, somebody have done that, somebody have done this. In this thing, I always tell you, like I said in my while I was responding to your last question, that people are different. Intellectually, we are different. Understand? We are different when it comes to our level of intellectual development. How will I put it? Brain power. Our brain capacity is different. So what you can easily comprehend, what I can easily comprehend, somebody who is finding it difficult to comprehend, and that person who is finding it difficult to comprehend will conclude that this thing is false. And two, this brain, the way you develop it, the way you develop your brain is the same, that is how it's going to work for you. If you develop your brain in a particular thing, you are going to see yourself improving in that thing. Why don't you ask yourself, footballers, they practice all day. Athletes, they practice all day. Usain Bolt was saying something that it took him how many years of practice just to run a race that is not even going to last for like 2 minutes. You understand? So that is the power of preparation. That is the when you once you try to develop and improve yourself, it improves your mental capacity. You tend to see the reality in certain things. There is nothing you will never see the life out of anything if you don't put your mind to want to figure it out. So if you are just concluding from a distance that this, that, there is no way you will see possibility in it. You understand? See, I always tell you, one of the reasons why I key into these things because I realize that I don't really need to leave the shores of this country to make money in foreign currency. You understand? Because the internet and computer has made the world a global village. The world is united. You are carrying all over the globe where you have mobile phones, smartphones, computers, internet connected everywhere. You can be in Nigeria and see what is going on in the United States currently. Why? Globalization. So, and then another thing is our backgrounds, where we all come from, the economy, you know. So, what I learned, I was forced to learn this thing all by myself through blood and sweat, everything. I was forced to learn it. That was why I told you I was drawing it like a madman. I'm telling you, I carry biro. I have blue biro and red biro. I was using the blue biro to represent the green candlesticks. I was using the red biro to represent the red candlesticks. I drew trend. I drew everything. I would just come on chat. I would just be drawing it. Okay. I would just be imagining that myself. I used to have this. I would just imagine it. I would just imagine the movement of the candlesticks. Like, okay, this is what makes this thing to move up. Like, this is what makes it to go down. Okay, when it gets to this level, there is a rejection. That is the wick. You understand? That is the body of the candle. I am still learning. In life, we don't stop learning. I am still learning. Even this thing I'm teaching you, I'm still learning. You understand? So I just wanted to share some piece of advice, before we go into today's lesson proper. Okay. Sorry for taking your time, just like 7 minutes. But so today we are going to talk about support and resistance. We are going to talk about support and resistance. So support is a level where you expect sellers to enter. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to, when we started, I used to give notes. I used to write notes, lesson plan, what I'm expecting you to learn at the end of each class. I'm a professional teacher, so I'm applying my teaching skills in this thing. Before we go into class as teachers, we used to write lesson notes. The lesson note comprises what you are supposed to learn, the questions you are supposed to ask, at the end of the day, what you are supposed to know in that particular course. Okay, so if you notice very well in our first class, that was the same principle I'm applying. Because that's the best way to teach. You need to tell the person at the end of the day, this is what I expect you to learn. This is what I expect you to know in this aspect. So today, at the end of this class, I am expecting you to be able to draw trend lines. I may not write it down because I started this class late. But I'm expecting you can pen it down. Please, you can write it down. I expect you to learn trend lines, how to draw trend lines, how to draw horizontal lines, how to draw levels of support and resistances, be it trend line support and horizontal line support, and everything I'm going to teach you right in this course today. Okay, so, and I gave you, even the previous class, I asked you to go and study candlesticks, go and do your personal research, go to YouTube, go to Google, everywhere that you can go to. Just type Japanese candlesticks, study them, read them, watch other opinions of other traders, watch the videos. You understand? Then come back here for me to reveal the secrets to you. because they are not going to tell you. They're only going to tell you how everything, tell you the type of the candle, how it moves. This is this. You understand all those stuff. Gather much information. There is no information that is too much in this page. You need to learn as much as you can. Okay, so we are going to talk about support and resistance today. So support, a support level is a level where you expect sellers to enter into the market, and a resistance level is the level where you expect buyers to enter the market. As simple as that. There is no two ways about it. I repeat again, the level of support is the level where you expect sellers to enter into the market, while the level of resistance is where you expect buyers to enter into the market. Okay, so I'm going to navigate all through this chart, show you how you can draw support and resistance. In our next class, we are going to talk about patterns. We are going to talk about patterns in the market, how you can spot patterns, what are the types of those patterns, what are their names. Okay, so in our next class, we are going to talk about candlesticks patterns. We have already talked about candlestick types. We'll talk about when we saw the doji candlestick. That was in our previous course. I talked about the doji candlesticks. I talked about morning star, evening star, engulfing candle, bullish harami, bearish harami. What can I even remember again? Marubozu candlesticks. Okay. Alright. So in our next class is going to be candlestick patterns. So let's continue. So now today in this class we are we are talking about support and resistance. Now, like I said, support level is where sellers will enter. Resistance level is where buyers will enter. Alright, so what in this is a typical candlestick. This is a typical market chart. Okay, and in this chart there are several levels of support and resistances. How do you spot them? At the end of a particular trend. Now look at this trend now. Look at the entire of this trend. The market was going down here. This is a trend. Okay, so when the market got to this particular area, this level, the market reversed, like it goes up again. Now that level can be said to be a level of support. Look at the level here. You can see. Sorry. This is the level. That is the level of support. Okay, so let me make it bold and thick and change the color to black. Alright, so that you can see it clearly. Okay, so this is the level of support. So like I told you, the sellers, we have only two people are in the market. We only have buyers and sellers. Okay, so the support level is like the buyers area, while the resistance level is like the sellers area. Okay, so you can see, just like I showed you earlier, this market was dropping. Once you get to this level that I drew these two thick black lines, you can see clearly that the buyers entered. Okay, they enter from that area. Even though there is a small retracement, I'm going to talk about retracements in the market also. And then, but the main thing is for you to focus on the direction, which is the major trend. Okay, so if you are looking at this, the market entered, the sellers were coming down, got into this level, the buyers entered and reversed. So this level is a level of support for buyers. Okay, that is a level of support. So that's why I tell you that the level of support is where the buyers will enter into the market, while the level of resistance is the area you are expecting sellers to enter. So if you are on the market, you are going to mark out key levels of support where you expect buyers to enter. Okay, you are going to map out key support levels. Okay, so after this class you can that will be your assignment again. You can open your market, the chart, try to draw out support. So for the first time, we are going to look at the support trend lines. Okay, we are going to look at horizontal support trend line. So what I mean by horizontal support trend line is like you are going to look at the market first of all. Okay, once you look at the market, you have seen that, let's say you are at this area now. The market was going down. On reaching this particular level, the market goes up. The market goes up like this. Okay, that area will be marked as a level of support because the buyers entered from that area, this area here. I just zoom it out so you can see it clearly. The buyers enter from this area. Okay, so support and resistance, please, they are not on a single line, they are an area, so you have to draw the complete area to cover the whole support level. The first horizontal line you are going to draw will cover the entire body of the candle. It will cover the entire body of the candlestick. As you can see, the entire body of the candle should be completely covered, while the second trend line will cover the wick of the candle or the shadow, no matter the length of the shadow. Okay, if it's a small shadow, it covers it. If it's a big shadow, it covers it. So that's why you need to choose wisely your level of support. Now, when the market gets to that level, you can see that the buyers entered from there. You can see that buyers entered from here all the way up. You can see clearly. Okay, so because it is a level of support, once the market goes up like this from that level, you are going to wait for the market to hit the same level again. Then you can expect buyers again to enter and go up again. Okay, you can expect the market to hit up like that. So let's assume this line I'm drawing is our level of support. So whenever the sellers hit the level, the buyers will enter and take it up again. Whenever the sellers hit the level, the buyers will enter and take it up. Whenever the sellers hit the level, buyers will enter and take it up. So the entire of this area is our level of support. We call it the level of support because that is where the buyers are entering. They are using there to gain support to enter into the market. So this is technical analysis, please. This is technical analysis. You are looking at the live market chart using the past history of the chart to determine the future price movement. So that was just an example. Now look at the real chart. You can see. Let's say the buyers entered from there, sellers entered like this, got to that level, again. Eventually there was a breakout. Okay, let me draw something. The level of support will not always hold for a very long time because eventually there will be a breakout. So there is a buyers, there are sellers. Buyers goes up, hits the level again, buyers push it up again. and then finally there may be a breakout. Okay, once the market break the level, this time around the level of support, this previous level of support you are seeing, once it breaks out from this, once it breaks out, it will now work as a resistance. Okay, now it is going up, it is going down, it hits the resistance, it goes down, it hits the resistance, it goes down. You can see this, you can see how the market has changed. You can see. Okay, so that is it. That is horizontal level of support for you. Now the horizontal level of support are spotted everywhere. Just look at where the buyers entered into the market after a strong bearish movement or after a strong sellers entry. This is another level of support again. That's another level of support. Let me draw the entire area. Like I told you, it is not a single line. Support and resistance is an entire area. Okay, so you can see that even though this is just one single bearish candlestick here, but it's determined the sellers area. The buyers took the market up, hits the level, sellers enter, hits that support level, buyers go up again, hits the support level again, like that again, and finally the market broke out. Okay, so once it is hitting that level, we expect sellers to enter. This is how it's supposed to be. Let me use a line to draw it. So you can see that the buyers enter like this, like this, like this. Eventually there was a breakout like this. This is how the market will now move. Are you seeing it? Are you getting the point? So these are horizontal levels of support. These are horizontal levels of support. So you can map your support level anywhere the strong buyers entered. This is a level of support also. This is a level of support. Okay, so that's a level of support. Let me draw the entire area. So the first line should cover the body of the candle, while the second line should cover the wick or the shadow of the candle, please. Okay, so you can see I've drawn so many support levels. You can see. Now there are other intermediate support levels again. Look at this, is a support level. This is also a support level. This is also a support level. These are intermediate support levels. This is also a support level. This is also a support level. Okay, so once the market gets to that levels, those levels, you can see this is a support level. The market goes up. This is a support level. This is a support level. This is a support level. Support level. Support level. Support level. Support level. Support level. They are all support level, pushing the market upwards. But this is a trend line support. So what I mean by trend line, you should remember your elementary mathematics. We have different types of lines. We have trend lines, we have horizontal lines, we have vertical lines. But in this scenario, we are only using horizontal and trend line. This is a horizontal line, a flat line. This is a trend line. A straight line is called a horizontal line. This is a horizontal line. The one is line is dropping like this. This is we call it trend line. Trend line, trend line, horizontal line, horizontal lines. Okay. So if you are seeing what the market is doing now, if the market is going up higher like this, like in this situation, how do you draw the support level? This is the current market chart now. Look at how you are going to draw the support level. You bring out your technical analysis to pick out the line, hold it, grab it like this, and then draw your level of support. It is the same thing on MetaTrader 4 on all trading platforms. Look at. You are going to connect. The goal is for you to connect all different multiple levels, different. You are supposed to your goal is to touch all the candlesticks as you can, as much as you can. Okay, that is your goal. Okay, your goal is to touch multiple candlesticks. Let me change the color to bold and then black so you can see it very well. I want to draw it very well. Let me make it black and bold. So you can see the goal is to touch multiple areas. So all these areas are the levels of support. Look at them. They were the same level I drew earlier on, but this time around I'm showing you on the horizontal scale. Okay, and remember that the support and resistance is not a single line. It is a complete area, please. It is a complete area. Your first line should touch the body of the candle, while the second one should touch the wick of the candlesticks. That is the wick. So this is the complete area of support. So this is a trend line support and this is a horizontal line support. You can see it is clearly written line, trend line, horizontal line, vertical line, Fibonacci lines. The Fibonacci lines I showed you in our last video, so I'm still going to show you again. Okay, if the market is flat like this is the trend line you are going to bring out to draw the support area, the support level. Let me make it black and a little bit bold. Okay, so this is the complete area of support. Let me make it black and bold. Okay, so you can see now we have a trend line support and a horizontal line support. So this is our horizontal support line levels. Okay, this line and this one is the trend line. You can see the difference now. You are going to draw it a trend line if the market is going up like this. if the market is moving flat like this, you can draw horizontal line. Okay, but there is also a trend line area here you can connect. So the thing is for you to look at the market, you can connect these lines. Let me make it bold and black. It's also a trend line. So, but this one is resistance actually. Okay, that is the level of resistance. You can see where the buyers are entering from. The buyers are entering from here and here. Okay, so that is a level of resistance. So let's look for a support higher. Okay, look at this situation. You can see this is a level of support. So that is a level of support. Alright, so like I said, today we are going to talk about support and resistance. Okay, support and resistance. So the concept of support and resistance is very simple. So here is a plain background. I'll use this to illustrate before we move into a live market chart. Today is already Friday. Market has closed already, but we can still access the chart. Okay, we can still access the chart. All right, so like I told you, the level of support is a level where buyers are expected to enter the market from. Okay, as the sellers are moving down like this, immediately they hit this support level, it is expected that buyers will enter the market and change the direction. So these are the support areas in the market. Okay, while the level of resistance, is the area where sellers are expected to enter the market. As the market is going up, it struck this level of resistance, it changes direction. So these are the resistance levels. Okay, these are the levels of resistance. All right, so now let's draw a proper chart, like a kind of rough sketch though. So let's say this, the lower level, this is our level of support, and above this is our level of resistance. This is resistance. That is resistance, and here is support. Okay, the upper level is the level of resistance, the lower level is the level of support. So the support level is where you are expecting buyers to enter into the market and reverse the market, while the level of resistance is where you are expecting sellers to enter the market and also reverse the market. So that means this is how the market will move in between support and resistances. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, I'm coming. Let me do something different here. So these are supports. Okay, let me take it a bit higher. This is resistance. This is support. Okay. Resistance. Support. Okay. So the upper line will always be the level of resistance. The lower line is the level of support. This one is for horizontal support and resistance levels, please. Okay, so we'll do for that for vertical in case when the market is making higher highs and higher lows, or when it is going up and down, when it is trendy. Okay, all right. So the level of support is where we are expecting buyers to always enter the market. The green candles represent the buyers while the red candles represent the sellers, right? So this is our support area, while the level of resistance is where we are expecting sellers to enter into the market, like this. The red candles represent sellers. Okay, so all these areas, these are the support areas. These are the support areas where the market reverse from, and these are the resistance levels where the market also reverse from. Okay, so I'm using this to illustrate this before we move into the chart proper. And before you can confirm that a level is a genuine level of support, you must have seen the first touch and second touch. Then you can now use this third touch and this fourth touch to enter your trade. In respect to technical analysis, please. This is in respect to technical analysis. But in case there is a huge fundamental news, the market may just break and disappear. Okay? And then for the same thing for the resistance level also, you are going to ensure that the market, you are seeing this first level and second level. You are seeing those two levels already formed. Then you can use the third and fourth time, okay, to enter your position or to open a trade. Hope you are getting it, please. All right, so this is illustration of support and resistance. Then let me show you for the horizontal support and resistance level. So let's say the market is going down like this. This is our level of support, please. This is our level of, sorry. So let's say in a situation when where the market is trending downwards, support is always below, resistance is always above. So remember, the support level is where you are expecting the buyers to enter into the market and reverse the market. So this is for a trendy market. Okay, and then the resistance level is where you are expecting sellers to enter and reverse the market. Okay, so these are our levels of support and resistance. These are the support areas. Support. After seeing that two areas, you can now use this one and this one to open your position. Okay, for a buy trade. And then for the level of resistance, after seeing this first two, you can use this last four and open this last two and open your position. Okay, so you can see that this is a different scenario. For the first one, it was a horizontal level. This one now is for vertical or vertical level, and you are going to use a line called trend lines to draw this type. While for the first one, you are going to use horizontal line to draw them. Okay. All right. So now back to our first example again. This is our level of resistance. So imagine this entire box now. Remember, use the, okay, it's a bit small, it's a bit too high. Okay, well, let me just use the main line. Let me use what I've been using to illustrate. So this is our support level, and this is our resistance level. Okay, so if the market is going in between like this, after several touches, it's just like you are trying to break a wall. Okay, it's like somebody who is trying to break a wall. You know, you are not going to break the wall on the first attempt. Okay, you are not going to break it on the second attempt, but you break it after several attempts. So it's the same thing. As the market is moving in between, there will come a time when the support level will no longer be strong enough to hold it. It will break out. It will break out. So at this point in time, if you enter a position here for a sell, you are expecting the market to go down, you are going to lose the trade. Why? Because of this breakout. After the market breaks out, the previous level of resistance, these levels of resistance here, these resistance levels, after this particular breakout area, once the market break out of the level here, it will be turned into a support level. Okay, remember initially it was working as a resistance level like this, but after breakout, after this breakout, it's now started working. The level of resistance will now turn to support. So this is our new level of support above. Are you getting this concept? So this one is for the upper breakout. So in case there's a breakout above, if there's a breakout below, the support level will become the level of resistance. If there's a breakout above, the resistance level will become the level of support. Okay, so let's see for a lower breakout. So in this case, there's a breakout below. This is our resistance. This is our support. Okay, and then the market is moving in between like this, and then eventually there's a breakout. This level of resistance that is holding support, that has been holding the level market, this level of support, all these support areas here, after this breakout like this, it will now start working as a resistance. So this is the new resistance, because there is always what we call a breakout. So sometimes I'm going to teach you breakout also. So we have real breakout and false breakout. We have two types of breakout: real breakout and false breakout. The real breakout is, as the name implies, it is for real. The market breaks and goes up continuously. While the false breakout, it, as the name implies, false breakout. It breaks out and reverses back into the same area again. Okay, so for now, let's focus on this support and resistance. So support and resistance levels are areas where buyers and sellers are expected to enter the market. Okay, a resistance level is a level of is a seller's area. A support level is a buyer's area. Okay, so should in case you see this scenario that I just painted out right now, it is known as a complete level of resistance. Complete. Okay, so this is a complete resistance level, because these levels will work perfectly. This particular level you are seeing, it works perfectly in the market, because previously market has shown us that it is working as a support like this. It is working as a support. It's working as a support. After breakout, after this breakout here, it will now start working as a resistance. It's definitely going to work as a resistance, because previously it worked as a support. So this is what we call a complete SNR, or complete level of support and resistance. SNR means, it's an acronym or abbreviation of support and resistance. SNR means support and resistance. So the same thing is applicable for the trend lines. Okay, if the market is trendy, or if the market is going down, like so the same thing is applicable. There's no difference. The market is going down like this. Remember, this is our resistance. And here is our support. So remember, the support level, always have it at the back of your mind, please. You have to sing this thing all over and over again, should in case you are finding it difficult to comprehend. Resistance is where sellers will enter the market and push the market lower. Support is where the buyers will enter and take the market higher. So this is a trendy resistance. Now, for example, so let's remove those ones, and this is a trendy resistance level. So let's say the market, initially I've done for horizontal. Okay, now the market is moving in between this level like this. It can either break upward or it can break downward. If it breaks upward, it is expected that the previous resistance level will now work as support. If it breaks downward, it's expected that the previous support level will work as resistance. So you are seeing it. These are the different ways in which the market can change its direction. So this is resistance level, resistance, resistance. But after breakout, this is our breakout candle. This is the breakout candle. Okay, so after breakout, the previous level that was working as support is now working as resistance. Sorry, the previous level that is working as resistance is now working as support. So this is the support, this is the support, this is the support. Okay, now that means if you are seeing here as support, that means there is a new resistance formed above. That means here is our new resistance. This is resistance again, resistance, resistance, resist. So you can see it is just a repetition. If there is a breakout again here, can't spaces, there's no more space again. If there is a breakout there again, it continues like that. Every breakout of a resistance level will eventually work as support if it is a strong level, just the way I illustrated. And every breakout of a strong support level will turn into a level of resistance. Okay, so for this lower situation, this is our new support level, support, support. But by the time the market broke the level, it is working as a resistance. resistance, resistance, resistance. So are you getting this concept? So this is the concept behind support and resistance. And like I told you, if you are seeing a situation like this, it is known as a complete level of support and resistance. It is a perfect level or a complete level. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. So you can please read up those on your own. Make further findings on support and resistance. Please read up and make further findings on your own. Please. Alright, so let's go over to the chart now. Let's go over to market and see real market situations of these examples I've just painted. Okay, so I'm on the MetaTrader 4 trading platform right now. Today is Friday, the market has closed. Okay, so but I just opened the chart because we can still access the chart. So especially when you are doing your back testing, that means you are studying the chart to see, to improve your skills and your strategy. All right, let's go over to the technical analysis 2 session. Okay, and bring out, so this, for this chart now, this is our level of support. You can see, because if you observe very well, that is where the green candles are. That is where the buyers enter the market. So like I told you, if you are drawing a support, a level, either support or resistance level, make sure the first line cover the entire body of the candle. You are going to draw it in a way that you are going to get most touches. Okay, you are going to get most number of touches. You are adjusting your level until you get most number of touches on the chart. Okay, so if you have seen these touches, this is the first line touching the body of the candle, because support and resistance is not just a line, it is a complete area. It is a complete area of value. Okay, so the level of support is a complete area of value. Please always have that at the back of your mind. So don't just draw a single line. So you can see I'm drawing both lines. So the second line will touch the wicks or the shadow of the candles. Okay, let me see if I can edit these lines to change the color so that you will see it clearly, should in case it's not bright enough. I don't know if the red, let me change it to white since it is on black background. Let me see. Let me make it a little bit bold. Let me increase the pixels. Let me see. Okay, it is bold, but I don't know if this white color is okay. Alright, so let me check for the other one. You are seeing what I'm doing on MetaTrader 4. This is how you will be playing around the app, please, so that you can design the app to function in a way your own, to your taste. So you can see this is the level of support. You can see this is the level of support, the level where the buyers entered into the market. Okay, the level where buyers entered is support level. Let me use a green color. So you can see the buyers enter from that area, also from here, also from here, also from here, here, here again. So you can see this is what I was trying to draw. This is a live market situation. Okay, so you can see that the buyers enter from all these areas. You can see all these areas the buyers entered. Look at the buyers, they entered into the market. So this is a level of support. This is what we call support level. And mind you, support and resistance level, they are scattered all over the chart. They are littered everywhere. They are littered everywhere. This is another level of resistance and support. You can see. They are littered everywhere. Look at. You can see. Support and resistance littered everywhere. So the only thing now is for you to mark key areas of support and resistance. That is how you need. That is where the skills come in. You need to mark key areas, just like the way I've drafted out now. You can see that I marked key areas. So for a very long time, the level was holding the market. Okay. So for this same chart now, let's draw a level of resistance. So this one is for a trendy market. So you need to look at the market, look at the situation of the market. What is the market doing at that time for you to decide, for you to know if it is a support or a resistance level. I mean, if you are going to use a trend line or a horizontal line. Draw it in a way that you get the most number of touches. Okay? You have to draw your support and resistance level in a way that you have to get the most number of touches. So this is the first level, and then like I told you, support and resistance is not just a level, it is a complete area of value. Okay, we can draw here to, as you can cover both the wicks to see the complete area. Okay, so support and resistance is not just a single line, it is a complete area of value. Please refer back to the previous early minutes of this course when we started. You can see that the same thing I drew on that plain white background. This is the real market situation. This is a real market situation. So this is how it is for a trendy market. So you can see that the buyers and sellers, you can see, let me illustrate. You can see that you can see our level of resistance, 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 and resistance. And you can see our level of support, 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 support. Okay, so you can see that the market is moving. You can see. You can see. You can see. Okay, so you are getting this point. Once the market hits, excuse me please, once the market hits the support level, it's going to, buyers will enter, it will reverse. If the market hits a resistance level, sellers will enter, it will also take the market down. Hope you are seeing it. So this is the same thing I drew on the live market, on that plain white background. Okay, so if the market is moving like this, like this, like this, and if it breaks out, let's assume it breaks out, this level will now work as a resistance. This level will now work as resistance. You can see what I was illustrating. You can see. Same thing for the downside. As the market is moving like this, like this, like this, and let's say there is a breakout, this level will now work as resistance for the upcoming market. So you can see this is exactly what I was trying to draw. This is exactly what I drew in on the plain background. So this is the live market situation. So you can see. That is for in case there is a breakout, please. But for now, we are not talking. I will look for a situation where there is a breakout so that you can see that example clearly. So you can see. So you can take a screenshot of this page and mark out your area, or you can go over a particular chart, start drawing levels of support and resistance so that you can master it. Okay, you'll be drawing them gradually, you'll be learning it, your mind will be expanding, you'll be getting the concepts clearer. Okay, all right. So let's look at a situation where we have a horizontal level of support. Let's find a situation where we can have a horizontal level of support, and I'm going to talk about the extreme support and extreme resistance. Okay, there are so many levels, but I'm just looking at the situation where the market reverses instantly on the same level. So for the previous example, that situation was for an uptrend. Okay, so there is a different scenario for a downtrend. That means if the market is going down, let's say you are on this chart, this is our levels of support. That is our support area or support level, and then here is our resistance level. Okay, so make sure you draw the complete area, please. The reason why we are drawing the complete area is because the market may reverse, the market will reverse inside the area, or it may break out of the area. Okay, so the reason why we encourage ourselves to draw the complete areas of value is because the market may reverse inside, the market always reverse within the area of value. So you can see, this is for a downtrend. So in case the market is going down, so this is our, you can see the market movement. This is our level of support, sorry, resistance. These are resistance levels. Okay, and these are the support levels below. Okay, so if the market is moving like this, sellers enter, hit the support level, buyers enter. Sellers enter, hit the support level, buyers enter. Sellers enter, hit the support level, buyers enter, again and again like that. Now in this situation now, you can see now there is a breakout. There is a breakout of this situation. Now this is a real breakout. You can see that the market shoots up directly. If it were to be a false breakout, this candle would have reversed again back into this space and continue to move like that inside, if it were to be a false breakout. But as it is a real breakout, you can see that the market goes up like this. Okay, only at this time it retraces a little bit and then continues its uptrend again, and then finally it goes down. Okay, so let's look at I'm looking at a perfect flat level of where I can use for a support level. Okay, let's manage this one. Okay, so this is our level of support. So if the market is going, if it is a downtrend, if it's a flat market, this is how you can draw it. Let's draw the area first. So this is a complete area of value. Let me change it to white also and increase the pixel to 4. Change it to white. Done. Okay. And then this is the complete area of support and resistance. This is the complete area of support and resistance. The complete area of support. So you can see this is our support area. You can see the bias are entering from that level. Support. You can see. Okay. So let's draw the resistance level, please. This is the level of resistance. We are going to draw the complete area of value. So this is our level of resistance, the complete area. So if you look very well now, you realize that buyers and sellers are moving within. So you can see sellers entered, buyers entered like this. So you can see they are moving in between this chart. Eventually you can see there is a breakout of the candle. Okay, there is a breakout, but it didn't stay long. The market dropped again, but this level, instead of working as resistance, it entered into the area again. So you can see this is a false breakout and continue to move. You can see that it is a false breakout. Again, there is a breakout candlestick here again. There is another breakout candle here. This candle, there is a breakout for that is for the first candle. This particular candle broke the level. So it is expected that the level should work as a resistance in the nearest future. This is technical analysis, please. This is technical analysis. So you can see it didn't work, but no problem. So that is the concept. Okay, that is the concept. And then if it broke the lower level, if it broke the lower level like this, so you can expect it to start moving like this. As it broke the higher level, you can expect it to start moving like this. Okay, so this is our new area of support, and this is our new area of resistance. Okay, so that's if the market work like this. So you can see this with the reason, one of the reasons why trading is a bit complicated. So you are expecting it, most traders maybe they will be expecting the market to act in this way, but the market did not act. It creates a different pattern. So that is why in our next class we are going to talk about candlestick patterns. Okay, we are going to talk about double bottom, trend line, rising wedge, the wedge, different candlestick patterns, flag, bullish flag, bearish flag, all are candlestick patterns in the market. Okay, so let me find a situation where the market broke the level and acted as a resistance or support. I'm looking for a perfect scenario. So this is our support level. Let's draw the complete area. So this is the complete area. So you can see what I'm telling you. You can see. This was the key area I used to mark the support level here. This particular level here. You can see. This, sorry, resistance. Okay. Once the market broke the level from this area, you can see now that after breakout, it started working as support. You can see what I'm trying to explain. You can see. Initially, it was a level of resistance, but after this breakout, it started acting as support. This is the new support level. While here will form a new level of resistance. So here buyers will be entering again. You can see what I'm telling you about. So hope this concept is clearly understood. Hope you are getting this concept, please. All right. Okay, I'm trying to remember something else. Okay, that is for the upper level. Okay, look at another perfect example again. Even though it's not that perfect, but I'll still use it for the exam to illustrate. The main thing is for you to understand the concept. You can see this is a level of resistance. You can see resistance. But after the candle broke the level, after breakout, it's now working as support. You can see it's now working as support. So if a strong resistance breaks, it works as support, and if a strong support breaks, it works as resistance. So quickly, before I forget, let's talk about extreme support and resistance levels. When we talk about extreme, it is a situation where the market has gone further down below, like in this situation now. Let me just keep this one above. Okay, so you can see in this situation, we can call this to be an extreme level of support. This particular area here is our extreme level of support. We call it extreme level because the market drops down, fine downtrend, you can see. Then the market shoot up, and for a very long time, the market did not come back to test this level again. It didn't come back to test this particular level. The market came down, and then from here buyers entered, you can see, and shoot the market upward. So for a very long time, the market did not come back to visit this area. It didn't come back to test the level again. So we call this extreme support. So in the nearest future, such levels will work perfectly if the market gets to that level to reverse the market again. Okay, so in case to get a reversal. So look at, there's also an extreme level of support here. You can see this is the level. So you can see, let me just remind you, you can see this is a hammer candlestick. If you remember in our previous class, and the market reversed, you can see the hammer candlestick. You can see this hammer. You can see that this market creates a reversal pattern. This is a reversal pattern in the market. Now you can see it's not a perfect hammer, but it is a hammer. Like that's why I told you that in this market, the hammer, you can expect it to have a slight wick above. Okay, so you are not going to be expecting to see a perfect hammer. So you are seeing this particular hammer after seeing a previous Marubozu candlestick. This candle is the Marubozu candlestick. This particular red candle here is called Marubozu candlestick. You now see a hammer, so you can see the market goes up. Okay, so let's go back to our extreme support. And you can see this is an extreme level of support. Let's draw the complete area. Like I tell you, the candle, the market will cover, the first one line will cover the body of the candle, the second one will cover the wick of the candle. Now we have a complete area of support. This is our area of support, this area here. Inside this area, these are complete, all this area, this is our support area. Inside, this is the area, okay, that is the area. And you get to that area by drawing your candle. The first one will be, we cover the body of the candle. while the second one will cover the wick of the candle or the shadow of the candle. Okay, so this is an extreme support also. So you can see from after that time the market shoot up directly without reaching that level again. You can see that the market shoot up from here. It didn't even bother to come down again and go up, but directly it goes up. Directly the market goes up like this, you can see. So this is an extreme level. So in the nearest future, if the market come back to again, this level is going to work perfectly. So this is what we call extreme level of support. So it's the same thing too for resistors. So this is an extreme level of resistors. But before I talk about that, you can see this is a minor uptrend in the chart. You can see this is an uptrend, right? So the market reverse. What are we seeing here? A candlestick called hanging man. You can see this is a hanging man candlestick. So if you look at this situation, these three candles created a reversal pattern in the market, and then the market shoots down, and then the market starts going down. Okay, so that candle is a hanging man. It is a type of hammer that is found in an uptrend. If you remember clearly, I taught you about hanging man. Okay, so that's by the way. So let's talk about our extreme resistance. We have talked about support. So this is the extreme resistance. This is your first candle. We cover the body of the candle, and then the second candle will cover the wick of the candle. So you can see now we now have the complete area of value. Okay, so you can see that as the market goes up, hits that level, it goes down and didn't go back up immediately again like that. Okay, so you can see it's going to take time to get to that level, and once it gets to that level, I can expect the market to reverse. You can see it got to the same level, and you can see it reverse. You can see okay, so those are extreme levels of support and resistance. Those are extreme levels of support and resistance. So please open your chart, be practicing. Look, anywhere you have issue, just send a screenshot. Okay, you can see this is a chart, this is resistance, this is support, this is support. You can see this is support. Okay, okay, so if you move the chart, you can continue to see levels of support and resistance scattered all over the chart. You can see this is a level of support. That's the level of support, and then here is a level of resistance. So you can see. So please go through the charts, study the chart. Don't try to force. A key point you need to understand, don't force the levels, please. If the level is not clear, leave it. If it is too steep, like in this situation here, just leave it. It's not clear. You can see this situation is, you can see. So let's say we want to draw our level. You'll be finding it difficult to plot a proper level. You can see, because of the steepness of the market. So what I'm saying is, if the levels are not clear, don't force it, so that you can have a clear area where the market is going to reverse. Okay, so that you can have a clear situation where the market is going to reverse. All right, let me stop here at this point. Please, like I say, go through the charts, try to draw all support and resistance level, but be it horizontal support and horizontal resistance, trend line support and trend line resistance. All right, I'm feeling sleepy already because I had a very hectic day today. Very hectic. All right, good night. So we'll see you in our next class, please. So just drop your questions anywhere you don't understand. If there's any doubt you need to be cleared, please drop your questions. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.